Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Sedici Strada 3 MIPS helmet. Now, the Strada 3 helmet launched earlier this year and has quickly become one of the most popular helmets out there on the road, and Sedici is continuing to evolve the line. We've seen a Parlare version, we've seen a few other versions come out there, even the Primo and the regular version. Now we have the MIPS entering into the market. Now, the MIPS is building off the traditional Strada 3, the ECE version with the drop-down sun visor, and adding a MIPS Integra MX line into the helmet for a little bit more rotational impact. Now, I love that there is a MIPS version out there. It's actually $40 up, so it's now $320 compared to the $280 that the Strada 3 sits at. Still comes in sizes ranging from extra small to 2 extra large, and comes in 2 colorways in this MIPS version. I have the gloss white in front of me. It's going to come in a traditional matte black, which we saw on the Strada 2 MIPS as well. But I like that they're adding a second color into the mix. And there's actually a really big factor I want to talk about, is that MIPS liner is going to be something that in the future you can add into other Strada 3s throughout the line because it's built into the top liner. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'll talk about that when I pull out the liner inside here, but let's hit on some of the quick facts that we know already about the Strada 3. Again, if you want more information on this helmet, we have a full detailed breakdown that goes through every feature of the entire helmet. I'm going to focus on the MIPS version here today and just the MIPS technology, but the main call outs to hit with this helmet here is that it's using a fiberglass and Kevlar reinforced at the top. It's Kevlar reinforced. It's going to be fiberglass composite throughout. That is the main shell construction. It is still 4 shell sizes, extra small to small. Medium gets its own shell, large gets its own shell, and then extra large and up all share the 4th shell size. That's 1 more than we saw with the Strada 2. So that was a great improvement that we all liked. Ventilation hasn't been improved at the top of the helmet, and the overall fit is still intermediate oval. And so it's a little bit longer front to back than it is side to side, and you have foam pads inside, so you can adjust the fitment as you see fit. But like I said, the one thing I want to call out here is specifically about the MIPS version in here is that it comes with a full MIPS liner inside. So let me just go ahead and pull that out for you and we can talk about it in there. But the technology from MIPS is going to be multi-directional impact protection system. And the Integra liner is something that we've seen in MotoGP for a few years. When they need to add the technology into a helmet that already exists, you can actually build it directly into the liner itself. So as you see, if I pull this back up, there is no specific MIPS liner, a yellow liner that we traditionally see inside of the helmet. It's actually just the EPS. What the Integra MX line from MIPS is able to do is build all of that technology into the actual top liner. So you can see the top liner is redesigned from the original version. And again, this will be available for $40, sold separately come the spring of 2025. But for right now, it's just coming in the MIPS version. But you can take this and add it into other helmets, other Strada 3s, into the line and have it fit just in and get that MIPS protection for an additional $40. I really dig that factor. I think it brings a lot of graphics to the table that might not traditionally come out in a MIPS version. And it's just an awesome add-on feature if you just want a little bit more protection out of it, or if you're looking at the Strada 3, but you want MIPS in a specific graphic, you can go ahead and just add it in there and add this to the purchase as well. Now, you can't see the actual MIPS slip liner. It's built in here, but you can see the movement I get out of touching this liner. It's about 10 to 15 millimeters of movement up against the EPS liner, and that's what helps with the rotational impact. That's what we've seen from FIM and a few other agencies and MIPS over the past decade or so, is adding that into helmets helps absorb lower speed impacts, higher speed impacts, and everything there, just making the helmet more protective. So we've seen it built into helmets. We're now seeing it come out and be built into liners. Now, I do have a little cutaway that I can show you up here, and hopefully our camera can pick it up. It's just the foam inside of the liner itself, but you can actually see a very clear film inside of there. That is what is providing the movement of your hand. If you see my finger going back and forth, it allows that movement, whereas on this side, this would be a regular padding in a helmet. It doesn't provide any slip or any sliding on the head, so it actually doesn't help absorb those impacts. So it's really clever technology that MIPS is adding in there, and again, you can add it into other Strada 3s in the line if you want to do that and if you want just a little bit more protection. So I really dig the technology that Sedici is bringing to it, the versatility and the ability to add it into any graphic in the line in the future. But for right now, it's available in these white versions if you're out there shopping, and the matte black version, as well as the gloss white if you happen to be shopping for the helmet right now and you don't want to wait for that liner to come out in the future. But that's all. I think it's a fantastic add for Sedici in their line. Probably my favorite feature they've come out with the Strada 3, and I love that they're integrating it into all the other helmets in the line if you want to add on that purchase of $40 extra. But if you have any other questions, or again, if you want more information on the Strada 3, we do have that detailed breakdown. It goes into every feature of aerodynamics, ventilation, interior fit, everything like that, and how we road tested it. You can go ahead and watch that video, or if you have any other questions, click the info button for this MIPS version. It'll take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about this all new setup. If you still have questions, or if you're looking for the MIPS liner on its own in the spring when it is available, feel free to reach out to our customer service agents. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. But I want to thank you for joining me and checking out the all-new Sedici Strada 3 MIPS. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.